heard about the Old Spice campaign where the Mustafa guy went on YouTube, then started twittering everybody, and everybody fell all over themselves and said it was the best social media campaign of all time? Please raise your hand. About half. Let me jump for the rest of you. You know the guy on the horse, big Super Bowl commercial. They did something very smart. They put him on YouTube, he started twittering people, and he did 100 videos one by one, giving people shout outs. Super smart. I loved it. Super smart. We wanted to do it with the Jets. I remember we did it with Dustin Keller, the tight end. He tweeted somebody, guy lost his mind. You know why? Because the only thing that's going to break through is the one-on-one connection. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody wants to follow your Facebook fan page so you can post a commercial. We're not watching. We don't care. We don't need another coupon. We don't care. We care about ourselves. That's how we roll, and we want to be talked to. That's what we need. And so it was a great campaign. It's why Ad Age doesn't know what to do with itself. It references that campaign every day. It's like they just don't know what to do. It's the greatest thing that ever happened to social media. I've been holding my breath for 6 months because it's the difference between social media and the thank you economy. I've been holding my breath that Old Spice will continue to screw it up until, my luck, they have. They've totally continued to suck it up. Here's what they've done. They have not @replied one human being since November 2nd. They've only @replied 2 people. They made a perfectly executed, what I call ping pong, using traditional media and new media to work together. They perfectly executed it. They got in 120,000 people that cared, right? And they left them there. You know why? Because they don't give a shit about them. They just do it for the numbers. It's all a number to them. It's not Sally and Tommy and Johnny and Steve. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. And they haven't done anything with it. And they've got a community now, and they've wasted the time. They've wasted their time. They are not going to be able to monetize those 130,000 people anywhere close to the way they could have if they actually cared enough to engage with them. They have not @replied one person. In my opinion, Old Spice campaign, and you can tell all your friends that work at agencies, that the Old Spice campaign, hands down, is the biggest blunder in social media's short history. They totally screwed it up. They got the numbers. It's like having the greatest promotion to a restaurant. It's like tonight. Is this a nice turnout for a book signing? This is a nice turnout for a book signing. It's like if I came out right now and didn't say a word and left. I'm being dead serious. That's exactly what Old Spice has done. They did this and they left. They lost. They lost because winning those people back is tough. I was one of the people that bought Old Spice deodorant for the first time during the campaign. I was. And I'm never reordering it again. Liz, no way. I'm out. And so, that's kind of what I think about. I think that we're living through the beginning of the humanization of business. This is the last thing I'm going to say. I know I've said it twice already. And this one's weird, so get ready. I think businesses are about to look a lot like the pet dog from the 1950s. I believe that if you look back at the data, but not I believe, when you look back at the data, the pet dog was an outdoor animal in the 1950s. Little Spot only came inside when it was a hurricane. He was outside. Spot, go chase cats. Over the last 50 years, Spot has now made his way into the home. Guess what else Spot has been able to pull off? Spot is now in the bedroom. And you're right, my man, he's even in the bed. And guess what else? He wears better clothes than you do. And he eats gourmet food more often than you do. We have humanized the pet dog. We're human beings, my friends. We need to interact. It's why fashion is such a big business. We need to express ourselves. You wear the things you wear to express yourself. You roll the way you roll to express yourself. You play music louder when you're driving so everybody hears it to express yourself. It is a human need. We need to interact. Once we're done interacting with each other, we start pushing it on other things. We started interacting with our pets. We are on the verge, and this is weird, we are about to start interacting with our brands and our companies. It's happening. We do work with brands who we've positioned in the hip-hop world, and when Nicki Minaj drops a new song, they come right at us and @reply this logo and say, what do you think? Like we're one of their boys. And we tell them what we think. That Nicki's got ass implants. This is a big deal. There's a lot of money on the line, and the way business looks in 5 years is going to be startling to people. The way that all the people that were convinced that .com didn't mean anything, my book, you're going to like it, I think. It's the first page, Western Union, 1883. The telephone is not a viable product. There's always haters. And they're haters because they have financial interest to hate. But eventually it breaks through. And it's coming, and it's close. But the next couple years are going to be tough. We're going to weed out all the fakers. We're going to weed out all the people in here that talk about social media because they read other people's blogs and they regurgitate it. And they don't have the skill set. And they don't understand what business is really about. And they're going to move on to the other fad to catch a big, quick buck. We're going to weed you all out. You're all going to be gone. And then, in 2016 and 17, the people that understand are going to win. And win big. And big companies that we think are so awesome right now are going to be out of business. Because when Burger King wakes up to what McDonald's did, this one isn't television or internet. This one's based on emotion. This isn't throw up a website and catch up quickly and throw money against it. Because if Burger King makes friends out of all of us first, it's hard for us to go the other way. It's a sports analogy. There is no team that can spend no amount of money to ever switch me from the New York Jets. And I believe that we are going to become that fanatical. I'll leave you with this. The iPad. Apple's pulled it off, guys. That's why Apple's doing what it's doing. The iPad came out. Nobody had a damn clue what they needed it for. All I heard was Apple fanboys every minute telling me, no, Gary, just make Apple spent zero money convincing you needed an iPad. Their fan base and their community did it. People rolling up, I don't know, Gary, maybe when I'm taking a poop, I don't know. Like, people were trying to convince themselves when they needed an iPad. My phone runs out sometimes, I'll whip out the iPad. An $800 phone? I mean, that is what they created. I have fans in the room here who watched my show when it was Wine Library TV. I stand up here today and I'm talking about the future of business trends, and they're in the crowd to support me because they came. That's a shift. That is not the same genre. We're not talking about the same stuff, and they're here. You know why? Because I cared about them, and I brought them here. And that's truly what I believe is going to happen in business, 100,000%. Thank you.